Hello and welcome back to this new video. Today I have another collection of fights of tier 1 frigates punching up. I actually did not want to do a part 2 of this video, but after the part 1 I got so many good fights that I thought, yeah, let's do another collection video of all the fights. And so yeah. That's pretty much all there is to say. Before every fight I explain in a few words my fit and where the enemy is flying. So I'd say we jump right into the fights and have fun. Okay, this first fight I am flying in Atron and I'm going in for this Hookbill. I just click keep at range 500 meters and I start shooting him. But he does a lot of damage. While I'm still moving, he's not hitting very hard, but now, huge volley. And another one right after. I am repping, but I'm not really holding up. So I start panicking and lining out. He doesn't have a web, so I'm able to pull range very easily. And then I notice that he starts not applying very well anymore. Without web and with range missiles loaded, he can't do much damage to me. So I decided to dare to go back in, full speed, go into the orbit 500 and hope that that speed is enough so he won't hit me very well. I'm on my last Ensign charge, and now I have to run it empty if I want to rep. Start repping a bit late, start hitting the AB and the repper now, but he's slowly going towards armor already. In a previous fight he lost all his armor and he didn't have time to repair, so he doesn't have any armor, which is quite good because I'm not sure if I would have survived if he had all his armor. But like this I managed to barely get out alive. That was really scary. GF Hookbill. I got the loot. And there's the Comet. It's a bit of a weird fit to be honest, but it was quite tanky. Okay, next fight. This was the second time ever I managed to do this. This is Frigate versus Battlecruiser. We had talked before about fighting, but I was in Coercer before, and I had my web burned out from a previous fight, so I told him I'd be right back. I'd just get a different repaired ship. So I came back in this tracking disruptor Kestrel. And you see he got one shot in at the beginning, but now he starts missing because of my tracking disruptor. And he was actually a small blaster fit Naga, so this is a Naga specifically designed to kill frigates. But I knew it, so I could kind of counterfeit him with the tracking disruptor. I also had my tracking disruptor heated from the beginning, because if you overheat a tracking disruptor you get a bit extra bonus to your tracking disruption strength. I also close in my orbit a bit now. 7.5 is a bit too close, 2.5 is a bit too close, so I go to 7. So I can stop heating my scram because I don't want him to escape last second. He's in hull and I have to stop heating my weapons and my tracking disruptor. And I hope that I can, if he gets a few good shots in now, that I can tank them until he dies. But of course I'm quite nervous now that I can't heat the tracking disruptor anymore. It's going in low hull. And now I just click approach to make sure I don't lose scram last second and he dies. GF mate, this was a crazy fight. It's the second ever time I managed to, no, the third time I managed to kill a battlecruiser in a frigate that I'm super proud. This next fight, this Hecate broke me down and landed on me. And I'm flying my Crucifier. Crucifier gets a crazy bonus to tracking disruption strength, so even though the Hecate has a bonus to, well, to E-war resistance, so he is not so vulnerable to tracking disruptors, I still managed to keep him out of his range, and even with null ammo he will not hit me. So this pilot does immediately the right thing and starts shooting my drones. You see my Hobgoblins start dying. I recall them, well, at least the one that is damaged, and it gets back home safely into my drone bay before it dies. Now I just keep shooting with the 2 drones, while the other drone can regain itself. And now he's going towards Hull. Of course, I know he has an armor rapper and he's also going to be Hull tanked. But I was quite surprised how quickly I could still get through him. He managed to kill my other 2 hobgoblins before I could recall them, so now I'm down to only weapon damage, and now sadly he started calling in his friends. Which, of course, I would have done the same. But I was a bit sad, because I knew I could have killed the Hecate if I had longer. But yeah, his friends started hacking, and for some reason my brain thought it would be a good idea to try to shoot the augmented hobgoblin. Like, at least I can kill the hobgoblin before I die. Not sure what I wanted to do, but I get a shot in on the hobgoblin and I miss, and I warp off. But GF Hecate. This next fight, I am in my Newton Condor, and I'm going up against this Firetail. I was not sure if he was arty or autocannon fit, so I just orbit him 500 anyway and hope for the best, and he was actually autocannon fit. You see he's hitting me quite well, so I can just hope to newt him out so his armor rapper won't work and I can somehow kill him before he gets through my buffer. He has a Nosferatu, so he can keep up his cap a bit, but I hope it won't be enough to keep him alive much longer. I have to stop heating my AB, and I also have to turn off heat on the weapons and newt soon if I don't want to burn out. There I go, heat is off. And now he's knitted out, so worst case scenario I can warp off when he loses Scram. But he's in Hull and he can't rep anymore, so I can just hope to win the DPS race. And boom, finally he dies. GF, bye bye Firetail. Right after this fight I actually got a second fight against a Firetail. There's the Comet. And so I put them right behind each other, so you can see the difference because this is an arty Firetail. And I got quite lucky because he was sitting at 0 and the beacon, and this is the only chance I had to survive, because had he been like 7 or 8 kilometers off the beacon I would have certainly died. But like this I managed to get close to him quite quickly, and he doesn't get the best shots in with his artillery. And now I can just hope to newt him out before he's out of my optimal newt range, because he has dual webs and he's certainly faster than I am. He's going about 200 meters per second quicker, which of course is quite dangerous. But before he is out of my range, he is newted out, and his webs drop, so I am in safe orbit now. And now it's just about killing him before friends arrive, or yeah. I can pretty confidently keep him capped out. He can still shoot me, but with RT he won't hit me without the webs, so I can just slowly shoot through his hull. I also want to apologize for the noise. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but in the background some workers are working on the street outside, and I hope you can't hear the noise in the end, but yeah. Okay, the Firetail died, GF's in local, and the Comet. Standard AB dual web Firetail. Here's the next fight. I am flying a Tristan. No, sorry, I am flying a Rifter, and my enemy is flying a Tristan. And you might say this is not really punching up, and I would agree with you had I checked D-scan, because I'm sliding in, and inside his Thrasher friend is waiting. It was so stupid of me to just slide in without checking D-scan. But the Thrasher pilot is currently shooting the NPC, so he is a bit distracted. I check his guns, he's autocannon fit, and they decide to just go for it and hopefully kill the Tristan before the Thrasher kills me. I go all in on the Tristan, and I see Warp Disruptor, which means he's kite fit. And he's melting super quickly because kite Tristans don't have a lot of tank. So, boom, he dies, like, super quickly. Then I thought, let's try and poke the Thrasher, maybe you can kill him. So I start shooting him, and I keep him at range at 10 kilometers to hopefully outrange his autocannons, but you see I'm using autocannons, he is using autocannons, we have the same range, but he has more damage, so it's a DPS race I will eventually lose. I try to see if my tracking is better, and if I orbit him 500 I might be able to survive, but he is getting rather quickly through my shield buffer. This was actually a quite weird Rifter fit. It was an anti-kite Rifter, but then I refitted for Afterburner, and so it's dual nano shield AB Rifter, and it worked surprisingly well. See, the Rifter was quite low on shields when I had to warp off, but I wanted to make sure I'd survive after killing the Tristan, so yeah. There's the Tristan kill mail, and GF2 the Thrasher. The next fight, I was super nervous because I had fought Chaos before, and I was in a Condor, and I died when he was in Hull. So I tried again, this time in my full DPS Blaster Punisher. I managed to get the scram on him, and I started cheating him. And I can just hope to win the DPS race, which is of course very rough against Kikimora, but I should have more buffer tank than he does. He is shield buffer, kite fit, and he is going towards armor already, but because he's using Clegavian weapons, with every shot he does, he gets more and more damage. So the longer this fight goes, the worse shape I'm in. The worse the shape is I am in. But luckily for me, I managed to kill him like that. I was super surprised, but of course very happy as well. And there's the Comet. Punisher versus Kiki. Never thought that was possible. Okay, this next fight I am flying a dual web armor rapper Kestrel, and this Comet slid into me. I'm pulling range from him and start shooting with my guns. I have 2 webs on him, so he's definitely slower, but he can still put his drones on me, and with the drones he's slowly getting me into armor. I rep once, which was a bit... I repped a bit early, I could have repped later, but I was a bit nervous. I also expected him to load null and suddenly do a lot more damage, which didn't happen, because this pilot sadly forgot null. And I feel like I say this very often, but it is very important. Don't forget null when you fly a blaster ship. It's actually really useful, because like this I could just easily kill him. If he had null it would have been so much closer, but like this it's just easy work. So please always carry null. And he died. GF, Comet. There's the Comet. Only void in cargo, that's a big problem. This next fight, I am in an armor repping, armor buffer with rapper Rifter, and I'm sliding in on this 4 Coercers and 1 Thrasher. I hoped I could kill one of them before dying, and I just decide to shoot the closest one. I orbit him 1500 meters in the hopes of tracking while they don't track so well. And yeah, you see they immediately do a lot of damage to me, but this Rifter is so tanky that I am, well, fine, I guess. I am shooting through this Coercer rather quickly, but they are also going through my tank. I'm cycling my Rapper, but it's doing barely anything with all their DPS. But they do miss lots of their shots, so yeah. I tried to warp off, but while aligning, I'm flying straight away from them, so they get a few more good shots in, and I die. But I did what I came for. I killed the Coercer, so GF guys. Here's the next fight. I am flying my Condor again, and I'm fighting a Stabber that slid into me. This fight is on double speed because it took so long. But yeah, you know it by now. I just orbit him 500, he's not tracking, and I'm just slowly getting to his tank. See, it's just 4 25mm autocannons, misses you completely, and he doesn't have newts, so he can not really do anything. When he came into me, I was expecting to die, because usually Stabbers have 2 small newts or even 2 medium newts, which hurt a lot, but he didn't have any newts, so I managed to survive a bit. Now he's deploying drones, and you see they are Acolyte drones, so the most dangerous drones to my shield-tanked ship with EM hull. And I immediately start defanging, 1 drone down, and 2 drones down. Continue shooting the drones, heating on the drones, and I'm also heating my afterburner right now, so the drones don't get perfect damage on me. 2 drones left, and I am on 30% shield. Another drone dies, and I'm on to the last one. I'm also putting my web on the drone, because that makes the application of the missiles a lot better, so I can kill them in a few shots. and boom. Last drone's dead. Now I can start shooting him again and slowly getting through all his tank. It is a bit sad, many people that fly cruisers don't know how to use drones correctly against frigates, because if you fly a cruiser and you have 5 light drones, you can actually deploy them, let them shoot once and recall them all the time, and like that you can chew through your buffer tank without the drones getting defanged. And not enough people do that, and he didn't recall his drones even when I attacked them, so I could just easily get through all his drones and survive without even going into armor. And of course the tactic I talked about doesn't work against active tank ships, because they can just rep while the drones are recalled, but against buffer ships like this Kestrel or the buffer Kestrel, sorry, this Condor, or the buffer Kestrel or the buffer Breacher, you could definitely recall the drones and put them out again all the time to make the life of the frigate a lot harder. And also small and medium newts absolutely wreck frigates, especially medium newts. So if you fly a cruiser, you can fit those to survive more engagements like this. His Crucifier friend is also outside now, so I'm heating a lot, and as soon as he dies I'm reapproaching to the beacon in case the Crucifier comes in, so I can kill that as well. But it doesn't, so he has to kill me. He actually had a tracking enhancer, but it was still not enough to apply to me. Okay, this next fight I am flying the Tristan, my blaster Tristan. I slide in on this Comet and I check which guns he's using, and he is using light neutron blasters. I can see that from looking at it, because every weapon looks different. I put my web scram and Nosferatu on him, and I reload my ammo to null immediately, so I can apply at that range. And now the bad thing happens. You see that Griffin on the scan. So I knew it was gonna be really close. I hoped maybe you can kill the Comet before the Griffin comes in, but there's the Griffin already. So I just double clicked in space somewhere to hopefully keep my range from the Comet, and I spammed lock on the Griffin. Because I am flying the Tristan, this was perfect engagement. I can put my drones on the Griffin and force it off like that. By now I am completely jammed out, and the Comet is slowly catching up to me. I spam lock on the Comet, but there is no chance for me to be able to lock the Comet while the Griffin is jamming me. The Griffin is by now 60 kilometers off, so I don't know how his tank is looking, but I see that my drones are still doing damage to him, so I hope my drones will eventually force him off. And here they do. He has to warp off, loses jam on me. I get tackled on the Comet again before it gets too close, and I can start pulling range again. I immediately recall my drones, put them on the Comet, and the Comet is slowly but surely breaking. I am down to 2 nanites in my Ansil, but I hope that I will survive long enough. Finally my drones came back from the Griffin adventure and start doing damage again, so now I start really doing some serious damage to the Comet again. And the Griffin is back on D-scan, so I'm really nervous now, and I hope to just burn through him this time before the Griffin manages to jam me. I overheat my weapons once more, and I'm also heating my Rebel because I'm slowly going towards Hull. And yeah, the Comet dies. GF mate. I was super happy that I managed to kill the Comet while being jammed from the Griffin. GF mate. This next fight is again, I'm in the Rifter, and I'm tackling this Hookbill outside. I didn't expect him to be kite fit, but he actually was. Light missiles with sensor dampeners. So, as I managed to tackle him, he's pretty much dead. I put my cube at range at 5 kilometers to not lose scram, but to also be in optimal range of my weapons. And now I just click approach to put all the damage on him. I type GF in local, and there's the kill me. GF, bye bye Hookbill. Okay, that's all the fights I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and I certainly did, recording all these fights, and it's so much fun flying around in the underestimated T1 frigates and killing some bigger stuff. And yeah, as always, if you have questions or comments, please put them in the comments, or you can also send me an in-game mail to TNSaharan. I also have lots of plans for the future. A few people asked for an alpha guide to PvP, so I am working on that. I already created a new alpha character called Frigates on Fire to show a bit how you can get started in PvP and which skills are good to chain, and especially which ships can get you started. So yeah, that's gonna be out there soon. So as always, have a good day and see you soon. Bye bye.